Greetings, everyone. Welcome. The final large concert of the year for the West Band program. And we're also going to present awards and recognize our seniors tonight. In previous years, I've actually made friendly bets with groups of students that involve small candy bars in terms of what time we would finish this event. I have made no such bets this year, but as always, we want to recognize our students and give everybody the recognition they deserve, and at the same time do it the timely way. So I don't think it's going to be a marathon event, unless I keep talking like I am right now. Welcome. Seated behind me are the blue and silver concert bands. They rehearse first and 8th hours. Mrs. Granzow rehearses the first hour band. I rehearse the 8th hour band. We rehearse the same music and then we put it together the night of the concert. It's always an interesting treat for us. And so to perform our first piece called Captain Over the Hudson, or something to that effect, see the program with the exact title. Please welcome the Blue and Silver Concert Band and their conductor, Mrs. Kaylee Grant.
as many of you know, tonight is also our awards night. And one of the first awards that we'd like to give out tonight is called the Director Award. And this is basically for students who are in our program that go above and beyond and are always there, and we can always count on these students. So, first things first. The Blue Concert Band Director Award will go to Jacob Plastina. Second is Caitlin Rothschild. And last but not least is Lauren Rotman. And we'll switch real quick and you'll hear Mr. Duffy.
Found it interesting that students struggle to get through this large setup. The one detail we didn't plan for is how to get them actually up here. This maze of chairs. Students in the Silver Concert Band that have demonstrated consistent excellence in musicianship throughout this year and throughout our rehearsal process. They are Jada Chandler. Next is Ben Hamilton. Next is Cassia Schroffnagel. And next is Ben Soto Jimenez. Alrighty, ladies and gents, the 4+4 Concert Band Directors Award winners this year. Congratulations.
So our next piece is what we like to consider a stretch piece for an ensemble. There are pieces that we have in mind for different groups at different years, depends on the strength of the ensemble. And a student teacher brought this to our attention a couple of years ago. It turned out to be a fantastic piece, but we're very careful which years we pass it out to the concert band because it requires some expertise and has some real challenge to it. So we hope you enjoy our performance of Flight of the Pegasus.
The Director's Awards, we're going to do those right away. For swap, the first person is Jacob Albrecht. Come on down. Next is Stephanie Hansen. Third is Rachel Redmond. And last but not least is Tristan Watson. So the next piece we have is really percussion heavy, and that was the fastest they've ever gotten set up ever.
have one piece to play for you tonight. It's not a short piece. It's between 14 and 15 minutes long. It's a pretty major work for the wind ensemble by Frank and Kelly. It's not performed at the high school level very often. You have to have just the right musicians to make it work. And we do tonight, including ROS students and a couple of assisting musicians that are listed in the program. So we certainly thank them for coming in to do that. I want to read to you just a little bit about what the composer says about this piece, that we all have an understanding of what you're listening to. Frank Kelly writes, Angels in the Architecture was commissioned and received its premiere performance at the Sydney Opera House in 2008 by a massed band of young musicians from Australia and the United States. The work unfolds as a dramatic conflict between two extremes of human existence, one divine, the other evil. The work's title is inspired by the Sydney Opera House itself, with its halo-shaped acoustical ornaments hanging directly above the performance stage. The angel, represented by the singer, frames the work, surrounding it with a protective wall of light and establishing the divine. Other representations of light are also played by instruments rather than sound, including glass crystals and tune whirlies and other sound effects you'll hear. In opposition to the divine, there is turbulent, fast-paced music appears as a symbol of darkness and spiritual doubt. Twice during the musical drama, these shadows sneak in almost unnoticeably, slowly obscuring and eventually obliterating the light altogether. The darkness prevails for long stretches of time, but the light always returns, more powerful than before. The alternation of these opposing forces creates, in effect, a kind of five-part rondo: light, darkness, light, darkness, light. Just as composer Charles Ives did more than a century ago, Angels in the Architecture poses the unanswered question of existence. It ends as it began. The angel reappears singing the same comforting words, but deep below, a final shadow reappears, distantly ominous. So a lot to think about with an awesome piece like this. We hope you enjoy it. And to sing the soprano solo, we bring out Elise next.
sent a recording out to the students and families of the Wind Ensemble. It's the North Texas State University Wind Symphony conducted by my mentor, Eugene Corporon. It's a fantastic recording. Feel free, if you want me to pass that link on to you, send me an email, let me know. There's a lot in that piece. We covered most of it, but if you listen with a good set of headphones, you'll hear a little more, and I'd be happy to send it out to you. A great recording by North Texas State. Before we proceed to the senior awards and special awards, I also have some director's awards to give out here to members of the Wind Ensemble. Many deserving students, many worthy. Some of them have already received director's awards this evening already, and we do try to spread the wealth a little bit as well. So equally as deserving out of this ensemble, there's going to be 4 names. I'll call them all and then give an applause for all of them. Joshua Bose, Emily Johnson, Anna Kretlow, and Brooke Archinky. Come on now. If you noticed or not, we have the glass crystals over on that cart over there. Earlier in the day, I was going to put them here or inside, and I decided, you know what, I'll just do it over there. But my brain temporarily forgot that, and I just went to move this. All right, so if you refer to your program, I want to just bring your attention to some of the items that are in it. First of all, students who participate in band activities outside of the classroom can turn in letter point sheet every year, and different activities are worth different amounts of points. And when students receive 100 points, they're eligible for their first varsity letter. When they receive the next 100 or 200 or 300 points, then they continue to get second, third, and fourth and fifth year bars. So if you look at your program, you'll have listed the students who received their first 100 points this year. Some of them freshmen and sophomores, some of them juniors and seniors. Perhaps marching band is the only activity that students could afford to spend time in because they're busy in other things. You do that for 4 years and you earn 100 points. You do more and you earn more points. So we have those letter winners and bar winners listed in the program. It is not too late. We list the sheets of students that turn them in, and we make announcements in class and try our best to get everybody to do it, but sometimes a few students don't get them in or don't get them in on time. So it's never too late. Just let us know, and we're happy to add you to the list. And if you have earned 100 points this year, you'll get a letter this year. So check those names out, very cool. I want to let you know as well that we have a pretty strong participation in solo and ensemble here at Waukesha West High School, both instrumental and vocal. And we had many students participate at both the district and the state level. And solo and ensemble activities do many things. They build individual musicianship. They also help build skills for ensemble playing because we can focus things on just the woodwinds or just the brass or just small groups of 2, 3, or 4. So we highly encourage participation in solo and ensemble. Many students take us up on that offer and they do great things. Can I have all the students, both in the seating area and on stage, who are involved in district or state solo and ensemble in any way, shape, or form, please stand at this time and be acknowledged. In recent years, the WSMA has initiated at the state solo and ensemble event an award titled the Exemplary Musician Award, or Exemplary Performance Award. And it's a two-stage process. Students are first nominated by their judges throughout the day. We had 19 students at West nominated. Some were part of an ensemble, and some were solo duets, even a vocal quartet. It's a wonderful thing to just be nominated because A, you made it to state solo and ensemble. That means you've reached a very high level of performance to begin with. Then you are nominated by a judge at state for further recognition, and that's very cool. And then the final step of that process is the actual decision making to award that exemplary performance certificate. And we had a couple come to West this year, a few in the vocal department, and I want to make this award to our instrumentalist here tonight. Congratulations for his exemplary performance certificate. Come on up and pick it up, Nicholas Bergoff. There's another part of your program that shows the names of students who participate in more than one ensemble at West. And we like to recognize those students' contributions because, again, it helps build more musicianship in them as individuals, and it benefits our program when members of SWAP also play in the concert band, or members of Wind Ensemble also play in SWAP or the concert band, or when members of Jazz Ensemble 1 also play in the morning jazz ensemble. So we have a nice certificate that we put in the blue frame that you saw me hand to Nick, and we recognize those students for their participation there, and their names are listed in your program. So we congratulate them as well. Now, moving on. There's another part of your program. I'm not going to call names, but I just want to draw your attention to the many, many wonderful things that our students do in terms of outside of West ensembles. We have students who participate every summer in the Waukesha Summer Park Band, the UWM Honors Band, the National Band Association All-State Band. Shadow Drum and Bugle Corps was represented by a West student last year. The WSMA State Honors Band and Orchestra, UWM Youth Wind Ensemble, also known as UWA, YWOW participants, that's the Youth Wind Orchestra of Wisconsin through Carroll University. The Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra, where students participate in chamber orchestra, senior symphony, metropolitan orchestra, philharmonia, wind ensemble, chamber flutes, Davidson chamber ensembles, all kinds of cool stuff. Maybe even a few things that are not listed in your program that we don't know about, because these students are far-reaching in terms of what they do out in the community. So students, if you are a part of any of those ongoing year-long, semester-long activities that I just mentioned, summer-long, etc., please stand to be recognized for that. Auditions for many of those groups I just listed are often in the spring for the following school year. The year-round activities, you audition in the spring for the next year. Some of the activities that take place in the winter, you audition in the fall. So just so you're aware of that. Parents, if you ever have any questions about what opportunities are available to students, please send me an email, and I'm more than happy to communicate with you. Alrighty, we're going to move into... Okay, I just want to make sure I'm doing this in the right order. Get this way, plan. Before we recognize our seniors as an awesome group of 37 students, we also want to give recognition to the 3 students who serve as our drum majors of our marching band. Sometimes they're seniors, sometimes they're not seniors. Our drum majors are the unsung heroes of getting things done in the Cadets of Waukesha West organization. Arriving early, staying late, helping to plan, helping to run sectionals, rehearsals, discussing ideas, thoughts, processes, etc. They have a 24-hour job during the marching band season, and we want to make sure that they're recognized for that work. Anyone who serves as drum major of our marching band gets their name put on a reoccurring plaque in the band room that gets added to it every year. In fact, I think this year I finally had to buy the add-on for it because we have like 20 years worth of names up there. So it's time to add more to it, which is very cool. And so we have certificates, and we want to bring them up and congratulate them as well. This year's drum majors, thank you and congratulations. Come on up. Malcolm Larson. Oh, I did not update this. Malcolm Larson, Mary Hopper, and Lauren Rotman. This list I'm using that's updated from last year, and I updated everything except the drum major awards. It says right here, Riley Mathias. I've explained this to students before. It's absolutely true. When I'm not able to temporarily remember the name of a student, it's not because they're not important to me or because I don't value their work. It's because this is day 2 of 17-hour days practically. And this things escape me after a while. If I don't have it written down in front of me, I could be in trouble, so sorry about that. Alrighty. It's at this time that we want to recognize the contribution of all of our seniors. Highlights of 4 years of outstanding performances by this year's senior class, including trips to New Orleans and Orlando, 4 wonderful marching band shows, The Home Front, Into the Sunset, Chase the Clouds Away, and Fire. The amount of wind and percussion and jazz music performed around here in our program over the course of a year is pretty remarkable. About 40 pieces for concert band, swap, and wind ensemble, and 30 to 35 titles for jazz bands. Over the course of 4 years, multiply that, and you wind up students literally learning to perform hundreds of pieces. And it's very cool, it's a very great growth opportunity, and it's fun to watch them develop from their freshman year through their senior year. Our seniors this year, just like always, have demonstrated class, they've demonstrated responsibility, they've demonstrated maturity. We're certainly going to miss them. I'm going to call the names of all of our band seniors. They may not be all present, all be present, because we include color guard members that might not be involved tonight. If anyone who was with us at all this year as a senior member, their name is here, and they're invited, but they might not be here. We have very, very nice senior plaques for all of our seniors. They are engraved, they are in the hallway on a table, alphabetical. Some of you may have had an opportunity to see them. So seniors, when we're finished tonight, please make sure you pick up your plaque and take it home. It's yours as a memento of the West Band program. I'm going to call the names of our 37 seniors. Come on up and line up across so that we can get a nice picture and photo opportunity if we can fit them in there. Hold your applause to the end if you would. Stephanie Amundsen, Nick Bergoffer, Tyler Bongine, Jacob Calgaro from the marching band, Amber Carlson, Lauren Chermak, Luke Dykowski, I saw him out there, Mason Ellsworth, Tyler Feckety, Wendy Feldner, Matt Fifield, Nicole Fontenot, Georgia Fox, Alec Hammersley, Maren Hine, and then keep waving down that way. Xander Hensel, Aisha Johnson, Mark Kale, David Landeros, Malcolm Larson, Ashley Leipsky, Matt McIntyre, from the color guard, Carl Magsig, Colin Manning, Jen Mercier, Kalina Montez, Austin Nguyen, Andy Olson, Brianna Oramus, Rachel Redman, Lauren Rotman, Gavin Schmer, Emily Shoemaker, Chloe Watson, Emily Wells, Dominic Zawacki, Melissa Ziegler. Students, did I miss any names? I never want to miss, but if I do, we fix it. So ladies and gentlemen, 37 of the finest young adults you're going to find anywhere in the 2018 Waukesha West Band Senior Class. Alrighty. The West Band program has been awarding the Brian Salmonet Kaligash Memorial Band Award for several years. This was established to honor the memory of former West Band students Brian Salmonet and Kaligash. Students receive a framed certificate and their names are added to a plaque that hangs on the front of the band room. The award reads, presented annually to senior band students who best exemplify the qualities of desire, diligence, reliability, dedication, and spirit. Please congratulate Andy Olson, Kalina Montez. noticed how many times I've said alrighty tonight. I'm going to stop saying that. Students, do I say the word sure a lot? Real quickly, because it's about them, not about me. I had a concert with my MISO orchestra on Sunday afternoon, and a couple of my students gave me a card, and they told me that they've been counting the number of times I've said the word sure during rehearsal. They said this year, I rehearse with them once a week, 372 times. I will work on that. All right. The following awards are all national level band awards sanctioned by the National Band Association. They are presenting to deserving students across the country. The Woody Herman Jazz Award was created in 1988, shortly after Herman's death, to honor outstanding jazz students throughout the United States. We are pleased to present the Woody Herman Jazz Award to two very deserving students. They will receive an engraved plaque, and their names have been added to a plaque which hangs in the band room. Please congratulate Luke Dykowski and Matt McIntyre. The Patrick Gilmore Band Award was established as a national level award to be given to the most serious and accomplished band students. Sousa himself regarded Patrick Gilmore as the father of the American band. We are pleased to present the Patrick Gilmore Award to two very deserving recipients this year. They are receiving engraved plaques, and their names have been added to a plaque that hangs in the band room. Please congratulate Tyler Bonjean and Emily Schumann. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Award is regarded as the top jazz award sanctioned by the National Band Association, and only one student per high school is allowed to receive this award. The recipient receives a framed certificate, an engraved desktop piece, super cool, and his or her name is added to a plaque which hangs in the band room, and it's warm. The award reads, "In recognition of outstanding achievement in the field of jazz as demonstrated through superior musicianship, character, individual creativity, the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award is hereby presented to David Landeros." The John Philip Sousa Band Award is regarded as the top band award sanctioned by the National Band Association, and only one student per high school is allowed to receive this award. The recipient receives a framed certificate, an engraved desktop piece, it's pretty cool, and his or her name is added to a plaque which hangs in the band room. The award reads, "In recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music, for singular merit in loyalty and cooperation, and for displaying those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires, the John Philip Sousa Award is hereby presented to Nicholas Berghoff." Before we turn the microphone over to whomever we're apparently turning it over to, I want to send some thank yous to all students and parents for all your work, efforts, helping to build and maintain a strong program for the benefits of our students and our community. I want to thank this lady standing beside me, Mrs. Granzow, for all her work. We want to thank the staff and administration at Waukesha West High School and the School District of Waukesha for all their support of music in our schools. And we certainly want to thank the West Band Boosters for their untiring efforts to support our program, raise funds, provide cookies in the lobby after the program. The West Band Boosters are the best, and we certainly thank them for that.
But definitely not least, we want to thank Mr. Duffy for everything he does for all of these students.
So one of the favorite times in our students' lives is when I finally stop talking, which is now. So who am I giving the mic to?
But second of all, I would like to thank all of you for coming to our final concert of the year. The couple of us that are graduating, it means a lot to us, so thank you. But we wouldn't be here putting on this concert if it weren't for Mr. Duffy and Mrs. Granzow. They have been working nonstop to make sure all the music we perform is at a decent performance level. And it's a lot of work. But before I get into how amazing these two are, let me talk about our band. For a second year in a row, the cadets of Waukesha West are your marching band state champions, this year led by myself. Now, Malcolm and I became drum majors. We won both years. Married, the torch is being passed, keep it lit. No pressure. Back in March, West held their annual WSMA festival organized by our very own Mr. Granzow. This year, groups and individuals in our band program are giving ones and few twos, and some even went to state and earned the same rank. This band that you see before you is the most welcoming group of people. I found a new home in this band room and a new family through these people. And I couldn't be more grateful to have been a part in this band. Now let's speak to the people who make this program amazing. Duffy is the leader of this crazy band family that continues to grow. Ever since the day he was hired to be a teacher here, he has worked nonstop to push each of us to our best ability. He keeps his band at its highest performance levels and only allows improvement from there. He's always able to work with specific sections if they're having a hard time with music, especially music that's more advanced. There's a certain amount of patience and encouragement that's always given from him. Duffy's always eager to hear his students on what they've done outside of school. His eagerness never goes unnoticed. In fact, it's caused some of us to join bands outside of the West Band program. But let's not forget about his sense of humor. Every day it's something different. From podium surfing, rubber pencils, wiping the whiteboard with his feet while doing a handstand, balancing the baton on his glasses, or cleaning his glasses while they're on his face with Windex. It's never a dull moment when Duffy's around. And for us seniors, the 4 years that we've been with this program has been a wild ride with them, being the conductor of this crazy train and band. Yes, unintended. And second in command, he is Granzow. She's been one of the most understanding people this band has ever seen. Every single one of us has felt comfortable with going to her with concerns or comments. She's a great teacher to us all, but she's human too. She understands what others are going through. Sure, she'll make fun of us sometimes. But she's always willing to help us out. Granzow's always able to find a way to make everything appealing for everyone. Finding a fun way to figure out a phrase or face a different direction so specific sections can hear what the rest of the band sounds like. She even lets the trombones play the saxophone part to Albanian dance. She tells David to shut up. She makes sure we're staying hydrated and covered in sunscreen at band camp, and then yells at Duffy for showing up the next day with sunburn. She will push you to try for opportunities that we may not be entirely sure about. She'll always ask if you're okay if she feels something is off, and won't lay off until you speak your mind. Mrs. Granzow has pushed me out of my own comfort zone so many times, I wouldn't even be up here speaking if she hadn't taught me to fake it till you make it, and I won't let her. From a personal standpoint, I would not be where I am today without having these two teach me in the past 4 years of my life. I was given the greatest time of my life sophomore year when I joined the drum corps. That summer, I learned how to be a leader for everyone, no matter what age, to drink a lot of water, or you will get stroke in the middle of New York for the finals. It's not fun. And to be myself. Learning how to be myself outside of my house was the hardest thing I've ever had to learn. I was so afraid people judged me because I would jump when I get excited, or because of the fact I was 15 as opposed to the next guy who was 30. After that summer had ended, school marching band started back up, and I felt as if it were the same thing all over again. I kept quiet, I did my best, and marching in time and playing correctly. I had a fear that I would fail the people not giving anything my all. And I still do, but I was so invested in this fear I couldn't sleep anymore, or sometimes even eat anymore. The fear of disappointing people haunts me, and to know that I'm actually far from this point has made me feel so in place where I belong, not only on the podium conducting the marching band or in band class, but at home too. After 3 years, I'm finally me. The jumping up and down me, I may be 18, but I meant to be 6 me. And I love that. So it is my honor to thank these two wonderful humans for teaching me and how to be me. Mrs. Granzow and Mr. Duffy has made such an impact on all of our lives, so we both thank you for giving us a base to stand on. And speaking of base,
They're signed. All the names are on the sides.
Thank you so much. Fantastic. So you can surf for that. I won't surf for it on this one.
like I can be a part of this family. So, thank you guys so much for everything.
Well, alrighty. Normally, we would play more than one piece that's 15 minutes long and we go to our last piece, but we decided to go this route tonight. So we are officially finished for the evening. Thank you for coming and for your great support. Have a great evening, everyone.